Okay children, hello children of class 10. This is the third video regarding the continuation of history, that is nationalism in Europe. So that day in the previous video I have already told you regarding the aristocracy, the new middle classes. Then we have already learned about the liberal nationalisms. Then we have already learned about the L, that is the L is the different measures of clothes. So today we are going to learn about a new conservatism after 1815. Clear? Now, after the defeat of Napoleon in 1815, European government, they were driven by a spirit of conservatism. Conservatives, they believed that traditional institutions of state and society, like the monarchy, the church, social hierarchy, property, and the family, must be preserved. So most conservatives, they did not propose to return to the society of the pre-revolution's day. Rather, they realized that it should be, the changes should be initiated by the Napoleon. Okay. Now, a modern army, an efficient bureaucracy, a dynamic economy, abolitions of feudalism, serfdom, strengthened the autocratic monarchies of Europe. Now, in 1850, what happened? Representative of the European powers, they were the Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria. They had collectively together defeated the Napoleon. They met at Vienna to draw up a settlement for Europe. Congress was also hosted by the Austrian Chancellor Duke Metternich. So the delegates, they drew up what? The Treaty of Vienna of 1815, with the object or the subject were undoing most of the changes that have come in Europe. Clear? Now, after that, the Bourbon dynasty, which has been imposed, was restored to power. France lost the territories which has already annexed under the Napoleon. Then a series of states were also set up on the boundaries of the France to prevent French expansion in further. So, Kingdom of the Netherlands included the Belgium, which was set up in the north of Genoa. Then you can find Prussia was given a new important territories. Then Austria was also given the control of the northern Italy. So German confederations of having a 39 states, they had been set up by the Napoleon, which was left untouched. So Russia was also given the part of Poland, while Prussia was given the portion of the Saxony. So what is the main intention? Was to restore the monarchies that have been overthrown by the Napoleon and create a conservative order in Europe. Now, conservative regime, they were set up in 1815. They were the autocratic. They did not tolerate criticism. They did not tolerate dissent. So they already sought to help the activities that question the legitimities of the autocratic government. Now, most of them, they censored laws to control that whoever said something, it is in newspapers, books, plays, songs, and reflected the ideas of the liberty as well as the freedom. Clear? Now, memory of the French Revolution continued to inspire the liberal people. One of the major issues which was taken by the liberal nationalism was the freedom of press. It was one of the most important weapon. Now, after that, what happened? Revolutionaries, the role of revolutionaries come upon. During the years 1815, a fear of repression drove many of the liberal nationalist people. Secret societies were started to develop, sprang in a very different European states to train whom? To train the revolutionaries and to spread their ideas. Now, in that, this revolutionary, what they're trying to do, they were trying to oppose the ideas of the monarchical government. And they want to fight for the liberty as well as the freedom. Now, among such individual was the Italian revolutionary known as Giuseppe Mazzini. Now, he was born in Genoa in 1807. He became a member of the secret society of the Carbonari. As a young man of 24, he was sent into exile in 1831. For what reason? For attempting a revolutionary in Liguria. Then, he founded the two more underground secret societies. First one is a Young Italy in Marseilles, and the other one is a Young Europe in Bern, whose members, they were consist of like-minded young people from Poland, France, Italy, as well as the German states. Now, Mazzini used to believe that God had intended nations to be natural units of mankind. Following this model, Secret societies were started to grow in Germany, France, Switzerland, as well as Poland. Mazarin's relentless, never-ending oppositions to monarchy and his vision of democratic republic frightened whom? The conservatives. Clear? Now, after that, we are moving towards the age of revolution, 1830 to 1848. Conservative regimes tried to consolidate their power. Liberalism, nationalism started to increase with the revolution in many regions of the Europe, as the Italians and German state, the provinces of Ottoman Empire, then Ireland, Poland. Now, revolutionaries were led by many of the liberal nationalists belonging to the educated middle class family, among whom they were the professors, the school teachers, clerks, and the members of the commercial middle classes. Now, the first upheaval took place in France in July 1830. Bourbon king, who had been restored to power during the conservative reaction, were now thrown by the liberal revolutionary, who installed a constitutional monarchy with the Louis Philippe at its head. Now, there's a saying, there's a very important saying. It has been said, when France sneezes, the rest of the Europe catches cold. It was one of the most important famous phrase which was been said by Metternich. Okay, July Revolution sparked an uprising in Brussels which led to the Belgium breaking away from the United Kingdoms of the Netherlands. An event that mobilized national feeling among the educated elite across Europe was the Greek War of Independence. Greece had become the part of the Ottoman Empire since the 15th century. Then the growth of the revolutionary nationalism in Europe sparked off a struggle for the independence among the Greek. Nationalists in Greek, they started to support from the other Greeks, those who are living in the exile. Then you can find it out that many of the Europeans, they have started sympathizing ancient Greek culture, poets and artists. They were all become one of the part of this civilizations. English poet Lord Byron, he organized the funds and later went to fight in the war. Finally, the Treaty of Constantinople of 1832 recognized Greece as an independent nation. Okay, so children, this much for today. Please try to understand the third video, which is very important. And from the first video also you try to understand second video as well as the third video. Okay, so next video I'm going to start with the Romanticism. Romanticism is what? It is a feeling of nationalism, but the people or the culture, the poem, the art, stories and music plays one of the most important part in the nationalism of Europe. So stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you.